They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could
It was a Monday morning while you were still comfortably wrapped in your warm blanket, enjoying a peaceful sleep, but suddenly a loud banging noise echoed through your room, which made you rouse up from your beautiful sleep. You groaned, your annoying brother, as you could reckon the voices were coming from his room. You sighed and swung your legs out of the bed and rushed over to his door. You knocked at his bedroom door, but there was no response. With a frustrating sigh, you knocked louder this time, and after a few seconds, the door opened, revealing your older brother Minhu with a grin plastered across his face. You glanced at his messy bedroom. There was a blonde girl. You glared at Minhu, who cleared his throat dramatically. The girl quickly slipped into her shoes and, picking up her heels, she ran past you and then downstairs. Looking at her stumbling in the living room, a sigh left your mouth. Seriously, you raised an eyebrow while giving your brother an incredulous look. Minhu rubbed the back of his neck, looking both guilty and amused. You know, you see, she was missing and wanted to meet me before I leave for Paris, he said awkwardly. Oh, really? If she was missing you, she could see you off at airport. There was no need to call her at your place. You were cut off by him. He stopped pulling my leg early in the morning. You are gonna miss me a lot once I leave you alone in this house, he said, messing up your hair. Hey, don't touch them, and no one's gonna miss you, mister. Don't really expect anything from me, you said, giving him an annoying look. Minhu chuckled, shrugging his shoulders. I bet you will miss me, my dear sister. Now go back to your room and sleep. He yawned while speaking. I am going, but you better mind yourself, Minhu. You pointed your index finger at him. Minhu sighed and held his hands up defensively. All right, sweet sister. I won't call anyone home. So go to your room, he said, pushing you to your room with one last one eye roll. You clicked your tongue at him and then headed back to your room. Climbing back into your bed, you pulled the blanket up and fall yourself into a sleep. It almost passed 20 minutes when you heard a loud moan coming from the downstairs, which made you open your eyes in a disbelief as you jumped up from the bed and tiptoed to the downstairs. There you saw Minhu and the same blonde girl. Get out of this house and take this blonde girl also with you, you said, looking desperately for your shoes in your face, which you got forgot to wear in a hurry. They both looked at you shocked as the blonde haired girl wore her heels and ran out of the house, but this time more embarrassed than before. Why you don't sleep peacefully? He groaned, tilting his head towards you. Why you don't take her out of the house? You said, with nose flaring. I also live in this house with you here, and I have right to call whomever I want, he replied. Why are you yelling at me? You said, and started to look here and there to find something which you could throw at him. Finally, you found the pair of shoes in a shoe rack as you fetched it out and aimed it at Minhu's head. But of course, Minhu, being Minhu, saw what you were about to do as he ran behind the sofa before the shoe had even got halfway towards his mask. You are still not good at eating, my younger sister. He scoffed and ran towards his room, making it scream in an annoyance for stamping. You dashed for your room. Time skipped. The black car pulled up outside your house as Minhu tossed his bags into the car boot. You sighed in a relief. As your brother was finally going to Paris, you had been with Minhu since your parents had left you years ago. They both had a divorce and then none of them wanted to look after you. Though you were little happy that finally Minhu was leaving you for a month, but deep down you were still sad, as your protective brother was gonna leave you alone. Hey, where are you lost? Don't worry, I won't go until the time I let you meet with a surprise. He said, taking you inside the living room. Surprise? You know really well that I hate surprises. Then why you want to give me a surprise and my annoying brother? You asked, frowning. Don't put a lot of pressure on your little brain, sweetie. Just go to your room and get dressed properly. And yeah, don't wear these baggy clothes, he said annoyingly. I ain't supposed to get ready for your stupid surprise. I ain't going to come and change the dress, you said, shrugging your shoulders. I said, go to your room. He must be around the corner, he said abruptly, or was just slip from tongue. He? What do you mean by he? Did you invite some guy friend at home? You asked with big eyes. Oh, how do you know? Actually, yes, I called my friend Jungkook to stay here while I'm gone. I need someone to keep an eye on you, and since I don't trust you alone, Jungkook is perfect for this job, he said, smiling at you. What, you called any of your friend to babysit me? Are you for real, bro? You said at your lunch out, I'm your elder brother and you are my responsibility. I just don't want you to roam here and there with your stupid friends. That's why I called Jungkook to babysit you, he said a bit sternly. I have grown up. I don't need someone to protect me all the time, you said, and rushed to your room. After some time, Minhu, Why get dressed quickly? Jungkook will be here in any second. He yelled from the base of the stairs, burying your head deep in the pillow, you groaned. You didn't want to see any of his friends. Finally, there was a time when Minhu was leaving you, but now it was ruined by a guy who you would have to share the whole month with. Thinking that you had no other option than meeting his friend, you got up from your bed and walked to your wardrobe, from where you grabbed a floral frock along with a pair of wet heels, slipping into it we ran to the downstairs. Minhu, oh, here she came, my little frog, he said to a guy who was sitting right beside him. You looked at the figure and your breath hitched in your throat. His piercing dark eyes were quite a contrast to his black hair. He had a sharp jawline and there was a lip piercing around his plump lips. He looked like he would have just walked out of the movie. His charm was irresistible. His dark eyes met yours. He was wearing a blue V-neck that was wrapped tightly around his neck and you almost melted. Jungkook, hi, my name is Jungkook. What's your name? He asked. Was this really the guy my brother was talking about? You were thinking to yourself while your cheeks flushed. Minhu, hey little sister, where are you lost? He asked for name. He yelled, breaking the chain out of your thoughts. Wine, hello, I am Wine. You said, smiling while he just made the face like he was not even interested to know your name. Minhu, Wine, he's gonna be watching you, he said as you sat on the sofa beside him. You nodded, currently not giving importance to the guy who was going to leave. Jungkook, don't worry, Minhu, I will take care of your sister. He almost mumbled, making you pissed off as you glared at him. Minhu cleared his throat, noticing his stare. Jungkook scoffed as he saw your face boiling with anger. Jungkook, oh, she's so moody, she's fine. I will take care of her, he said, narrowing his eyes at you as if he was challenging you. You held his gaze, not backing down from his stare. Minhu, are you hungry, sister? If yes, then let me know, cause my friend is not a meal, he said, so stop staring at him like that. You sighed and looked away. Minhu, hey, cook, Vian doesn't know how to cook, but so you will have to make food for her too. She doesn't know eat much, so you will have to remind her to eat or else she will forget, he said, being caring brother. Jungkook scrunched his eyebrows and looked at Minhu, giving him a disbelieving look. Jungkook, she will forget, he said in a way as if it was the stupidest thing he would have ever heard. Minhu let out a chuckle. Minhu, yeah, she gets so busy in her schoolwork, so it's kind of a habit for me to call her every few hours to remind her to eat. He said, messing up your hair a little, which you groaned, making both of them chuckle. Minhu, I guess I should leave now for the airport. I am hopeful that you both get along with each other and your Mayan. Be like a good kid and behave nicely to Jungkook, he said, as you got up to meet him. Jungkook, oh buddy, take care, he said. With that, Minhu left while you glared at Jungkook and walked upstairs to your room. Jungkook, did I do something wrong? He thought to himself and then plopped down on a sofa. In the evening, Jungkook's stomach was grumbling with hunger and he was trying to find something edible. Closing the fridge for the 10th time, he started shouting your name. Jungkook, Mayan, he said in his loud voice. You walked downstairs to the kitchen where you saw him digging his head inside the fridge. Jungkook, do you have something edible at home even? He said, looking at you through the fridge. Mayan, of course not, cause most of the time we order the food. You replied, sleeping on the counter chair. Jungkook, oh I see, can you please help me to figure out the grocery store nearby? I need to pick up few things. If I'm gonna stay here for a month, he said, forcing a smile. Mayan, I will go if you buy me some snacks and drinks. If you are okay, then I am okay. You said, giving him a cheeky smile. Jungkook, you are such a greedy woman. Okay, I will buy you some, but you will have to push the cart for me also. He said, raising his eyebrows. Mayan, oh, that's my favorite thing to do. You reply, getting up from the counter chair. In your jacket, you walked outside the house while Jungkook silently following you behind. At the grocery store, the store was quiet with handful of people waving through aisles. You were dragging the cart while Jungkook was throwing the banana milk in it. As you both began in the snack aisle, Jungkook started to look over a shelf of chips. Ryan, hey, I want all these snacks. Put them in a cart for me. You said, showing him puppy eyes. Jungkook, are you kidding me? These are a lot, and I already had informed you that I will let you buy some, he said, looking at your pissed off face. You rich beggar, your bank balance is exploding like fire, and here you can't buy me some snacks, you said, looking at him in a way that he should be shamed. Jungkook, but that doesn't mean I will waste my money on you, he replied, putting some drinks in a cart. Ryan, if you spend few pennies on me, your money won't get wasted. My poor tummy will be happy, you said, making weird face. Jungkook, what did you just call me? He asked. Suddenly, a random guy bumped into you, fumbling with a box of cereal, and as a result, your balance slipped. You both looked at each other for a moment, and then you quickly got up, making him clear his throat. Jungkook, are you okay? He asked softly. You noted brushing the dust from your dress. Jungkook, hey you. Watch, where are you going, mister? He said coldly. The guy startled, mumbling an apology. He rushed from there. You looked at Jungkook's eyes. There was a protectiveness in them which reminded you of your brother Minhu as he always protected you. Jungkook looked at your watery eyes. He knew you were missing your brother. Jungkook, come, let's pay the bill, he said, nudging your shoulder playfully. Ryan, oh, let's pay the bill, he said, smiling weakly at him. After paying the bill, you both sat in a car. There was a kind of silence which was sad. You wanted to play the music, but you were hesitating to ask Jungkook. As if reading your mind, Jungkook turned down the music. Unknowingly, he played your favorite song as you started to hum it slowly, looked at you, and his cheeks turned into crimson red color. He raised volume just to change your mood. The more he raised the volume, the louder you sang and ended up having to scream. Jungkook's ears started to shake as you were screaming near his earlobe, singing the song. With an annoying groan, he shut off the radio. Jungkook, you sing worse than your brother off, he said out as you were still singing. Even the radio goes off. Bad singing runs in the family. You hum some more to make him pissed off. Jungkook let out a tired sigh and stopped the car. As you both reached the home, he lugged out the groceries, his both hands grabbing the bags more than humanly possible. His arms flexed as he juggled, holding bags of food at the same time, trying to unlock the door. Jungkook, are you gonna stay there like a statue, staring at me, blank magician, or you gonna open the door? He grumbled, looking at you. You looked at him and crossing your arms over your chest, you smiled. Why, and you are not even capable of doing that yourself? Then why you worked on those biceps? You clear your throat dramatically. He narrowed his eyes looking at you. He attempted to open the door once again but couldn't. You smile, walking over and sliding your arm around him. You unlock the door. Swinging open the door, you grab a couple of bags from him and then you walked in happily. Jungkook groaned at your childish behavior and then walked to the kitchen where he placed the items on the counter and then he started to organize them. Plopping down on the sofa, you dial Minho's number and after a few ringings, he received the call. Wyan, hey Minho, how are you doing? You asked, squealing. Minho, well, my little frog, where is Cook? He asked. You looked at Jungkook who entered the living room after setting everything in the kitchen. Wyan, here he came. You said, putting the phone in a loudspeaker. Minho, hey Cook, how are you doing? My naughty sister, he asked, chuckling. Jungkook sighed, looking at your cheeky smile. Jungkook, don't ask me even. She is just more irritating human being I have ever seen in my life. I'm surprised how you spent so many years with her, he said, looking at you. Minho, just bear with her for a month, my friend. I know it's difficult, but I'm sure you will do this for me, he said in a pleading voice. Wyan, hey Minho, stop talking, he said. You should have known it would never work. But say you took him here. He's so annoying and don't like him. You said, making him look at you with raised eyebrows. Minho, okay, I got what you mean, dear sister. Now bye. I have something important to deal with, he said and cut the call before he got mad between your fight. Jungkook was glaring at you, which made you groan as you got up from the sofa and was about to step forward when he held your hand. Instead of getting shy, you turned your head towards him and grabbing. What will you do now? You asked deliberately. His eyes widened as realization hit him. You said in a teasing voice while your hands roaming. Jungkook, you better get up. He said and ran to his bedroom. You smile, falling yourself on the sofa. Oh my, why this man is so handsome, you said to yourself while playing with the strand of your hair. The next morning, you woke up from your peaceful sleep, stretching your neck, you yawned and walked to the bathroom like a zombie in horror movies. After 5 minutes, you came back in your room and changing into your frock, you walked to the dressing table where you did a light bit of makeup. You didn't realize that you were wearing so beautiful frock. Glancing at yourself for one last time, you headed to the downstairs, where you saw Jungkook making the breakfast. Oh, the pancakes smell delicious, you said deliberately. Jungkook looked up at you with his rising heartbeat, but suddenly his eyes widened when he saw you in a beautiful frock. Suddenly the bell rang. Why, and I think the plumber has arrived. You make the pancake while I need to go with the plumber as the tap in my washroom is leaking. You said and were about to run outside the kitchen, but Jungkook called you from behind. Jungkook, hey wait, you won't go and show him. Stay here and flip the pancakes. I will took him upstairs, he said. But why? And I don't know how to make these pancakes, you said. Jungkook, let them burn them, he said. While walking ahead to open the door, you said and started to flip the pancakes. Opening the door, Jungkook let the plumber come in as he guided his to your room. Once you were done making the pancakes, you put them in the microwave and waited until he came back with the plumber. Plumber, ma'am, the shower tap is fixed now. You can go and check, he said. Jungkook burned with anger. Jungkook, when I already have checked it, you don't need to tell her personally, he said, almost pushing the plumber to the door. Once he get him out, he walked back into the kitchen where he saw you standing. Jungkook's hand clenched as he looked at you. Jeonjungkook, you said near his ear. Without answering you back, he looked at you and smiled.